It was the car maybe you always promised yourself, or you looked at enviously on the road.
That was the advertising slogan.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. The car you always promised yourself, Capri. That was the whole thing which got... It was the marketing of it that was just as good as kind of the cool look of the car.
The marketing of the Ford Capri. It'll mean something to a lot of people.
70s icon. So there you go, of a certain age. It is back after 40 years. You may not recognise how it looks or how it sounds. It's now fully electric. Let's talk about this. We're joined by Mark Smith from the Capri Club and motoring journalist Quentin Wilson. Good morning to you both.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
OK, we can see it. Yay or nay?
Well, look, it's not a Capri. And if it was, it wouldn't sell. You know, low two-door coupes are not what people want. But Ford have reinvented this hallowed nameplate, which is a good thing. But I think a lot of Capri enthusiasts are getting their Y-fronts, twist over it because it's just not what they expect. But the world has moved on.
We won't talk about your underwear, but, Mark, are you getting yourself a little het up over this?
I agree with Quentin, but also I've got to agree with a lot of other people in the Capri circles. It's not a Capri in the sense of the word. It will not replace the iconic Capri. It's a new model that Ford brought out.
So how do you feel about Ford using the name Capri? I mean, as we said earlier, it was a great marketing sell earlier when it's, was it the car you always promised yourself? Using it again, nostalgia, new audience?
They've been very successful with Puma and Maverick and Explorer and even Transit. They've all electrified those models. And it gives them a kind of distinction in the market if they use that name again. And, we can be horrible about it and say it's not the Capri we know and love. But the fact that it's there and they've called it the Capri, I think that's a good thing.
Quentin, I'm not a motoring expert by any means. You are. Ford have got a car called the Mustang, haven't they? Which was a sports car, two doors.
Yep.
Still is a sports car with two doors. So why... You just said a moment ago they can't... Why can't they make a Capri which is... still got that heritage?
The market wants SUVs and crossovers, family cars, 5 doors, with lots of room for kids and all the paraphernalia of modern life. So give them a two-door coupe, and it's not going to sell. It's just business. That's the way it is.
Does a name matter? So on the basis of what Mark was saying a moment ago, like, it's not a Capri, does it matter that it's called a Capri? Do you think, and as a marketing thing, is it a bit embarrassing for someone to say, well, I've got a Capri, and everyone's going, no, it's not Capri, is it? Does it matter?
Only time will tell, but they've been very successful with these things like Puma and Explorer and Mustang. But look at the publicity they've got. Look, we're talking about it now. So in a way, it's quite clever. And it's a point of distinction, isn't it? And everybody remembers the Capri, so it will have resonance.
Mark, what was the joy of a Capri? Because how many have you got?
I've only got the one
Just
Capri.
The one. What colour is it?
It's Brooklands Green, the final edition ones.
OK.
So, I mean, it is the definitive 280. It's the last Capri, as Ford said, outside in '86. We're not building another Capri, this is it.
But what's so special about it? Why does it hold such nostalgia among people of a certain age?
It was a sports car, I suppose, the working man's E-Type.
The poor man's Porsche.
Yeah.
And it was the car you would promise yourself. You could be anybody or anything in a Capri. And it embedded itself into the kind of consciousness with Minder, the professionals, even Only Fools and Horses. It was an institution. It's a national treasure, the Capri.
Do people smile at you when you do take it out? I can't imagine you drive it every day.
I don't drive it every day. I take it to work on a Sunday if I'm not at a car show. It does get attention. I mean, I followed a few weeks ago on a Sunday. I got talking with the guy. I followed a Ferrari 93, and it was a 93 Ferrari. Great big car, didn't race or anything. And he was dead made up with the Capri. So I've got a Ferrari, but that's a fantastic car. Yeah, it does.
There's a lot of respect for it.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't there?
And love as well. I mean, you were telling me that a friend of yours bought one for £75,000, an old Capri?
Yeah. The final edition one, put 75 grand he paid
£75,000, and knew that car would have been, what?
12 and a half.
Well, they started at 900 quid in 1969, and I bought one for £350, purple, 3000D. Now you're talking, aren't you?
Wow, purple.
And that would have gone up well in price by today's standards.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it would be 25 grand. But and it rusted and it smoked. And
What colour was the interior? With the purple?
Black.
Black interior.
So you're really interested in this show.
Did you feel try and capture that moment? So you bought the car, bought it second-hand, clearly.
Yeah.
You go there. I don't know if it was a private deal.
It's a private deal.
You go to the driveway. There it is. It's looking at you. What was the feeling like when you paid the money and you got in the car?
Love. And I just drove it home with all its rattling and its smoke, and I was the man. You know,
It's a sense of
confirmed
achievement.
maturity on youth
Yeah.
and made me special. And that's what the Capri was all about. It made you feel special.
But to draw a comparison, up to January, which I'd had for 3 years, my current car, I want to say current car, but one of my current cars was the 5-litre GT Mustang. Totally different car. The new Mustang is due out eventually, but that's going to be a Mustang.
So it's going to keep the spirit of the
Yeah,
Mustang, unlike this, which is just the name.
But Mustang's carried on. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's carried on all the way, whereas Capri ended, and it's moved forward. So it's jumped. All those, would you say? It's jumped.
Yeah, look, it's good that people are talking about Capris and we have it again. And who knows, there may be yet another evolution which may be sexy. But this one, sadly, isn't. But the market wants cars like this, SUVs and crossovers.
I got a picture of you in your purple Capri now. That's my.
Well,
that's
there we
my.
are.
I've got you sitting there with your arm, with your arm on the
millions of
window.
others. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yes. What would have been playing on the stereo? If there
it
was
would have
one?
been Hotel California, Eagles.
There you go.
Nice.
Perfect.
The 8-track.
I think the Capri now it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not going to go back. to
No,
what it
I
was.
know. We've got to move forward, but still nice reminiscing. Mark Smith, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and Capri for Quentin. Thank you,
Pleasure.
Quentin Wilson. Thank you.